Did you know that some of the foods you've been refrigerating for years might actually be losing their flavor, texture, and even their health benefits? It might sound surprising, but it's true. In fact, refrigerating one of these foods can lead to the formation of a compound linked to cancer. Yes, it's that serious. And as we get older, making the most of what we eat becomes more important than ever. That is why knowing how to store your food the right way isn't just about convenience. It's about protecting your health and keeping those vital nutrients intact. But don't worry. In today's video, we're diving into 8 common foods that seniors should never refrigerate. And trust me, you'll want to hear why. These aren't just kitchen tips. They're small, simple ways to support your health and enjoy more flavor in every bite. So, without any further delay, let's begin with number 1 on our list: tomatoes. We see them everywhere, on sandwiches, in soups, salads, and sauces. But did you know that tomatoes are actually a quiet powerhouse when it comes to supporting your health, especially as you get older? Yes, these bright, juicy fruits are packed with vitamin C, which is essential for keeping your immune system strong. And for seniors, that's a big deal. As we age, our immune defenses naturally slow down, making us more vulnerable to infections like colds, the flu, or even more serious illnesses. Adding tomatoes to your diet is one simple way to help your body stay ready to fight back. But that's just the beginning. Tomatoes are rich in lycopene, a powerful antioxidant that gives them their vibrant red color. Lycopene has been linked to lower risks of heart disease and certain types of cancer, like prostate and lung cancer. It's also been shown to help reduce bad cholesterol and blood pressure, 2 very common concerns in older adults. On top of that, tomatoes contain fiber, which supports digestion and helps prevent constipation, another issue many seniors deal with regularly. But here's the twist. Most people, without thinking twice, store their tomatoes in the refrigerator. Sounds practical, right? But did you know that doing so could actually strip away many of the very benefits you're hoping to get? Cold temperatures interfere with the tomato's natural structure, leaving them mealy and bland instead of juicy and full of flavor. And it's not just about taste. Refrigeration can actually reduce the levels of lycopene, the antioxidant that helps protect your heart and lower cancer risk. So while it might seem like a safe move, it's actually taking away a lot more than you think. So what should you do instead? It's super simple. Just keep your tomatoes at room temperature, right on your kitchen counter, in a bowl, and out of direct sunlight. Stored this way, they'll stay fresh, flavorful, and full of nutrients for about 5 to 7 days, depending on ripeness. And if you buy a big batch or grow your own, no problem. You can freeze them or try canning to keep that goodness locked in for later. But in addition to storing them the right way, did you know that choosing the right tomatoes at the store makes a big difference too? When shopping, look for tomatoes that are rich in color, bright red, golden yellow, or deep orange, depending on the variety. They should feel slightly heavy, with smooth, firm skin. Avoid any with bruises, soft spots, or wrinkles. Those are signs they're overripe or starting to lose quality. And once they're home, the best part begins: eating them. Tomatoes are incredibly versatile. Slice them onto sandwiches, toss them into salads, roast them for dinner, or blend them into a warm, comforting soup. And here's a tip. Pairing tomatoes with a little healthy fat, like olive oil, actually helps your body absorb more lycopene. For seniors, eating just 1 medium tomato a day can give you a solid boost of immune-supporting vitamin C, digestion-friendly fiber, and heart-protecting antioxidants. So the next time you're handling tomatoes in your kitchen, remember, it's not just what you eat, but how you store it, and even how you shop for it. That makes all the difference. Alright, now that we've unboxed the truth about tomatoes, let's move on to number 2 on our list: potatoes. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Potatoes? What's the big deal? Well, trust me, they're not just a side dish or comfort food. In fact, potatoes offer some surprising health benefits that can be incredibly helpful as we age. Potatoes are an excellent source of potassium, a mineral that plays a big role in keeping your blood pressure in check. And as we age, managing blood pressure becomes even more important to protect the heart and lower the risk of strokes or cardiovascular issues. Plus, they also provide vitamin C, which supports your immune system, and fiber to help keep digestion running smoothly, something many seniors struggle with. But here's the catch. How you store your potatoes can actually change all of that. Most people, without even thinking, pop their potatoes into the fridge to keep them from spoiling. Sounds harmless, right? But did you know that refrigerating potatoes actually triggers a chemical reaction that turns their natural starch into sugar? That's right. Not only does it make them taste oddly sweet, but it also changes their texture, making them less ideal for cooking. And here's where it gets even more serious. Those extra sugars, when exposed to high cooking temperatures, like in baking or frying, can create a compound called acrylamide. And acrylamide has been linked to increased risks of certain health issues, including cancer. So refrigerating your potatoes isn't just about taste. It could actually impact your health in ways you don't expect. So what should you do instead? It's super simple. Store your potatoes in a cool, dry, and dark place, like a pantry or a kitchen cupboard. This keeps them fresh and slows down sprouting or spoilage. However, keep one important thing in mind. Do not store potatoes near onions. It may sound convenient, but the gases they each release can make both spoil faster. So even though they seem like pantry buddies, it's best to keep them apart. When stored the right way, potatoes can stay fresh for 2 to 3 weeks, giving you plenty of time to use them without worry. And in addition to storing them properly, did you know that picking the right potatoes at the store can save you from trouble later on? Look for ones that are firm and smooth, with no green patches, no soft spots, and definitely no sprouts. Wrinkled or discolored potatoes are already past their best and not worth your time or your health. And once you've got the right ones at home, the possibilities are endless. You can boil them, steam them, mash them, or whip up a light potato salad. Just try to avoid deep frying or smothering them in butter to keep your meals heart-friendly. For seniors, eating about 1 medium potato per meal, roughly 5 to 6 ounces, is just the right amount to get those nutrients without overloading on starch. So the next time you're handling potatoes, remember, what seems like a simple storage choice can actually have a big impact. A little attention now can protect your heart, improve digestion, and even help lower health risks down the road. Not bad for something that grows underground, right? Now, let's move on to something that often goes hand in hand with potatoes, and might just have more power than you think. Onions. You may think of them as just a basic ingredient to make your dishes more flavorful, but onions actually pack quite a punch when it comes to supporting your health, especially as we get older. They are high in vitamin C, a nutrient that strengthens the immune system, which is especially important as we age. But that's not all. They also contain sulfur compounds that have anti-inflammatory effects, helping to reduce inflammation in the body. Plus, onions can help lower cholesterol, something many seniors need to keep an eye on as they age. Onions are also a great source of fiber, which promotes healthy digestion and supports heart health. So, even though they might make you cry while chopping them, those tears are for a good cause. But here's the catch. Storing onions the wrong way can actually undo a lot of their health benefits. You might be tempted to pop them in the fridge to keep them fresh. But did you know that refrigeration actually increases moisture, making onions soft and promoting mold growth? This leads to quicker spoilage and a loss of that rich flavor we all love. Cold temperatures also cause onions to lose their potent taste, meaning they won't be as effective in your cooking. So what's the right way to store onions? It's actually quite simple. Store them in a cool, dry, and well-ventilated place. Think a basket or mesh bag. You want air to flow around them to prevent them from becoming mushy or moldy. Avoid sealing them in plastic bags, which trap moisture and can lead to rot. When stored correctly, Onions can last up to 2 months, giving you plenty of time to enjoy their benefits. Now, when you're buying onions, did you know that picking the right one can make all the difference? Look for firm bulbs with smooth skin and no soft spots or sprouting. Avoid onions that feel squishy or have wrinkles. For most dishes, yellow or red onions are the go-to options. But if you're making a salad or need a garnish, green onions are the perfect choice. And once you get them home, the fun begins. Onions are incredibly versatile. You can add them to stir-fries, soups, salads, or use them as a flavor enhancer for almost any dish. For seniors, eating about 1/4 to half of an onion per meal, depending on how much you're cooking, can offer great flavor and those powerful health benefits without overwhelming your meal. So, were you storing your onions in the fridge? Or did you already know the trick to keeping them fresh in a cool, dry place? Have any other tips for storing onions or other foods? Drop your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Now, let's talk about another kitchen superstar. Garlic. It's a key ingredient in so many dishes. But did you know that garlic isn't just a flavor powerhouse? It's also a health powerhouse, especially for seniors. Garlic contains allicin, a natural compound that helps lower blood pressure and supports immune function, which is incredibly important as we age. But that's not all. Garlic has been shown to reduce inflammation and improve cardiovascular health, helping to protect your heart as you get older. But again, storing garlic the wrong way can cause it to lose much of its potency. You might think refrigeration would keep it fresh longer, but did you know that cold temperatures can actually cause garlic to sprout? That's right. When garlic starts to sprout, it has a milder flavor and loses much of the health benefits that make it so valuable. Refrigeration also exposes garlic to moisture, which can make it rot much faster. So, what's the best way to store garlic? It's actually quite simple. Keep your garlic in a dry, cool place, preferably in a mesh bag or jar to allow for airflow. This helps prevent mold and keeps it fresh. When stored this way, garlic can last anywhere from 3 to 5 months in your pantry. However, once you break a bulb or start using the cloves, be sure to use them within 7 to 10 days to get the best taste and benefits. When shopping for garlic, it's important to choose the right bulbs. Look for firm bulbs with tight, papery skins. Avoid garlic that has green shoots or soft spots, as this usually means it's past its prime. As for how to use garlic, the options are endless. You can add minced garlic to soups, stews, sauces, or even roasted vegetables. For seniors, just 1 to 2 cloves a day can help boost your immune system, support heart health, and fight inflammation, all while enhancing your meals with that unmistakable garlic flavor. All right, moving forward, let's talk about a fruit that you probably enjoy on a daily basis: bananas. These easy-to-peel, sweet treats aren't just delicious, but they're also packed with health benefits, especially for seniors. Bananas are high in potassium, a nutrient that's vital for supporting muscle function and maintaining heart health. As we age, keeping our muscles strong and our heart in top shape becomes even more important, and bananas can help with that. They also provide natural sugars that give you a quick energy boost, making them an ideal snack for seniors who might feel a little low on energy during the day. Now, again, you might think the fridge is the best place to store bananas to make them last longer. But did you know that cold temperatures can actually cause the peel to turn black and the fruit inside to become mushy? Not only does this affect the appearance, but it also reduces the flavor. Refrigeration slows the ripening process, but it doesn't help bananas reach their optimal flavor or texture, which means you're missing out on the best eating experience. So, what should you do instead? It's pretty simple. Store your bananas at room temperature, either in a fruit bowl or hanging on a rack. This allows them to ripen naturally, so you get that delicious, sweet flavor and smooth texture we all love. Bananas can last around 3 to 5 days at room temperature, so they're perfect for a quick snack or adding to your meals. When buying bananas, look for ones with firm yellow peels that have no bruises. Avoid green bananas unless you plan to use them immediately or want to let them ripen at home. Overripe bananas can still be useful though. They're great for baking or making smoothies, but they aren't the best choice if you want to eat them fresh. For seniors, eating one banana per day is a simple and delicious way to support heart health, muscle function, and even get a quick energy boost. Just be mindful of sugar intake, especially if you have any concerns about blood sugar levels. Next, let's dive into another kitchen staple. Bread. Whether it's part of your breakfast, a quick sandwich for lunch, or a side to your dinner, bread is something we all rely on. But did you know that storing it the wrong way can lead to some issues? Many people think storing bread in the refrigerator will keep it fresh longer, but the reality is, it actually makes bread dry, stale, and harder to enjoy. Instead of preserving its softness, the fridge makes it lose its texture, and you'll end up with something that's tougher than tasty. So, how should you store bread? It's pretty simple. The best way is to keep it in a bread box or an airtight bag at room temperature. This will help it stay fresh for about 3 to 4 days, giving you enough time to enjoy it without worrying about it going stale. Moreover, there is an additional tip. When shopping for bread, it's important to look at the details. If you want to maximize nutrition, choose whole grain bread over white bread. Whole grain options are usually a better choice for adding fiber to your diet. And when picking out bread, be sure to avoid those that contain a lot of added sugars, as they can contribute unnecessary empty calories. So, how are you storing your bread? Were you surprised to learn that refrigerating it can actually make it go stale faster? Let us know in the comments below if you've been storing bread the wrong way, or if you have any clever tips to keep it fresh. Alright, now let's talk about something that's both sweet and beneficial: honey. This natural treat is more than just a delicious addition to your tea or toast. It's packed with health benefits that can be especially helpful for seniors. It contains antioxidants and antibacterial properties that support a healthy immune system, and it's a natural remedy for soothing sore throats. Plus, it's a great alternative to refined sugar, offering a gentler, more wholesome way to satisfy your sweet cravings. But here's a little twist you might not expect. While it's tempting to store honey in the fridge, doing so actually causes it to crystallize and turn hard. Instead of being easy to drizzle, you'll end up with a block of solid honey, which can make it a bit tricky to use. So, it's best to keep it at room temperature instead. Now, how should you store your honey? The answer is simple. Just keep it in a sealed jar at room temperature. Honey is incredibly stable and can last indefinitely when stored properly, so there's no need to rush through your jar. Just keep it in a cool, dry place, and you'll always have a sweet and healthy treat ready to use. And when using honey, you've got plenty of options. You can stir it into your tea, spread it on toast, or even use it as a natural sweetener in recipes. For seniors, about 1 teaspoon a day is enough to enjoy its immune-boosting and throat-soothing benefits. Now, when shopping for honey, make sure to look for raw, unfiltered honey, as it retains more of the natural nutrients that contribute to its health-boosting properties. So, next time you grab your honey jar, remember, keep it at room temperature, and you'll have a perfect natural sweetener ready to enhance your day. Now, let's talk about a refreshing and hydrating veggie that's perfect for warmer days: cucumbers. These cool, crunchy vegetables are packed with water, which makes them a great way to stay hydrated, especially for seniors. But that's not all. Cucumbers also contain antioxidants that can help reduce inflammation, supporting overall health and well-being. But here's where many people go wrong again: refrigerating cucumbers. While it might seem like the logical way to keep them fresh, refrigeration actually causes cucumbers to become rubbery and lose their crispness. So, storing them in the fridge can take away that satisfying crunch and flavor you love. So, what's the best way to store cucumbers? It's simple. Keep them at room temperature in a cool, dry place. Cucumbers stay fresh this way for about 5 days, so you have plenty of time to enjoy them while they're still at their best. Just make sure they're not exposed to too much heat or direct sunlight, as that can speed up the spoilage process. Now, how do you eat them? Cucumbers are incredibly versatile. You can slice them up and add them to salads, use them in sandwiches, or even enjoy them as a crunchy, hydrating snack. For seniors, about half a cucumber per day is a great way to stay refreshed and hydrated, especially if you're looking for a low-calorie option with plenty of benefits. When you're buying cucumbers, look for ones that are firm and bright in color, with no soft spots or wrinkles. This ensures that they're fresh and full of all the goodness you want. And there you have it. 8 foods you should never refrigerate, and why getting it wrong could impact your health. If you found this information helpful, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up so it can reach more people who need this information. Also, share it with friends or family. Comment below with your thoughts or questions. And, of course, subscribe for more helpful content just like this.